Good morning, everybody. Patty Ann here. Hey, today I'm going to show you how to layer a shirt like this with vinyl. The image that I'm using came from antitay.com, and I'm a member there. Let me show you what it looks like. Oop, there's the shirt that I grabbed, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. But for antitay.com, in case you're interested, you can become a member for just $8 a month, and you get access to thousands of her SVGs that she's designed and so much more. It's really a good program. But anyway, that's just where I got my image. So what I did then after I got my image, since I'm working today in Silhouette, you're able to grab images really easily and put them into Silhouette to make like a mock-up. So all I did to make my mock-up today was to click on this image right here and copy image. And I can do it just like this because I'm working in the business edition. But I can copy the image and then come over to the program and just right click and say paste. And that pastes the shirt right in there that I would need. And that's what I did originally. So I'm going to get rid of that one. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually make two of these because I have twin grandbabies, a boy and a girl. So I'm going to make the girl one. And let's see, I'm also going to make the little boy one like this. So the first thing I'm going to do, if you look down here, the first thing I did was I actually got these shirts, and I think I even had a link up there for them. Let's see. Yeah, and this is where I got them. I got them at Hobby Lobby. Okay. So they're not really cheap, but they're really nice quality. It seems like you can see it up here. And that's where I got them. So let's go back down here. So the first thing I wanted to do, okay, so the first thing that I did do was I came here and I got a measuring tape and I measured how big I want to make this. Now this is a 4T size. It's going to be a little bit big for my grandbabies, but I figured, you know what, if it doesn't fit them, they can wear them as sleep shirts or something. So I thought I would just make it about right here. And it looks like about, I'm going to have it up here. Let's look back at the design for a second. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to have it about down to here. So I'm thinking that maybe I'd want it to be about 7 inches wide. I'm guessing that will work. Maybe let's do 6.5 to be safe. So I'll make it 6.5 inches wide. So that's what I just measured here, and I found out that I liked 6.5 inches wide. So go back up here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to get rid of the shirt because I no longer need this, and I can delete it. And oh, by the way, join us at patreon.com. It's just $1 a month. It helps support my channel so I can keep making videos like this for you. If you're interested in learning more about using Silhouette Business Edition for your Cricut machine or any cutting machine, you can join us for $5 a month. And every month there are at least 4, most often 5 classes that you'll be able to get that are an hour long, and ask around and see what people who are in my classes think of them. I think you'll find that people think they're a pretty good value. So let me get rid of this now. And we're left with this thing. So what I want to do is I want to resize it. So what did I say? I wanted it to be 6.5 inches. And as I said, right now I am working in the Silhouette software, and I can use it for my Cricut machine. But since I'm working in this, I need to remember when I come up here that the lock is usually locked in this program. Right here, it's usually unlocked. Unlike in Cricut Design Space, when we open up things, it's usually locked. So I need to remember to lock that. If I don't, my image will just get all wonky, and I can undo and try it again. So I'm going to make this 6.5 inches wide. And since that is locked, all I have to do is come up here and change this to 6.5 and hit enter, and it changes everything proportionately. And that's basically all I have to do. So in Silhouette, if I have a cameo, I just go to send up here in the upper right hand corner, and it's going to come in as a cut file, and it's going to cut all of these things. But what we need to go do is go to the fill area up here, and this shows the different colors that are going to be made. So I'm going to unclick this to check off everything, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over here and click on the red, and I'm going to put the red on my mat, and I'll do the red, and right here is where I will change it. Now I am using a heat transfer that's smooth here. I'll unclick that one when it's done, and I'll do the black one. For this one, instead of what I'm going to use is I'm going to use the flock. So I will go to heat transfer flock. Right, whoops, I passed it. Heat transfer flocked. Okay, and then for the blue, I think I'm going to do glitter. Wait, let me think. No, I think for Layla's, the little girl, I'm going to do her blue in flock. Heat transfer flocked for her blue, and for her red, on second thought, I'm going to do glitter. Heat transfer glitter. Okay, there it is there, glitter. So I have heat transfer glitter for the red, heat transfer flock for the black, and heat transfer flock for the blue. Okay, that's all I need to do for hers, and then I could just go to make it. But of course, before I do, I like to hit this test button down here and test it. Okay, so that is Layla's. So let's go back to the design area, and I'm going to go to Levi's, which is this one, and I need to change the size of his as well, and I can either use this and scroll in like that to make it 6.5, or I can come up here, making sure the lock is locked, and change this to 6.5 and hit enter. All right, and his is the same way, but it's going to be a little bit different because I won't have enough of the blue. So when I send his, I believe, I'm going to go to the fill again. I'm going to uncheck everything. I'm going to make his black flock, heat transfer flock, okay, and just so he feels like he gets some sparkles, I think I'll make this part of his, the blue part of his, glitter. Little boys probably like glitter too, I'm sure. Glitter, heat transfer glitter, and the red will just be smooth. So his is done as well. All right, let me go back to the design. Now this is ready to cut right here. If this was something that I made into an SVG or got this from the Silhouette store, what I would do now is go to File, Save As, Save to Hard Drive, and I'd save it as Mickey 4th of July. And I would save it as an SVG file and say OK. And then I could open up Design Space, and I'll go to Upload, Upload an image, Browse, and this is something for the class that we had earlier. It's Mickey 4th, and it's an SVG file, so I'll go to where all of those are. Let's see, Mickey 4th of July right here, open. And it opens up perfectly, and I could just go to save it. And I'm noticing something on this, that there was a cut that was a white, but since I'm doing this on a white shirt, I won't need that. So I'm going to insert this. And it comes in crazy sized as well, so I'll just change the size to this to 6.5 and hit enter. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these, and I'll be back and I'll show you how I layer them.
Okay, for those of you not familiar with this silhouette, I'm going to load my mat in now. So just stick it in here just like we do with our Cricut machines. There's a place to line it up over here. Then I click on the button load. And then I'm going to send a test cut through. So what it's doing right now is I have it an automatic needle or an automatic blade, and it's calibrating it. And it's simply doing a test cut. And then it's going to tell me to unload it, and I can check to see how the test cut went. And the test cut, as you can probably see, was perfect. You see it cut out that little square, and then it left this little triangle in there. So it's perfect and ready to go. So I'm going to load it in here again. And I'm going to go over and tell it to cut. So once again, it's calibrating to make sure I have it set at the proper settings. And I was able to put both colors on there. Okay, since I had both products on the mat, it's now going on to do the blue, which I placed at the bottom of the mat. Okay, it's going to say it's done and I can unload it.
Okay, I'm going to weed the little lenses of the glasses first. Isn't that glitter pretty? Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, so now I have to weed out all the little teeny tiny stars. And it'd probably be better if I used my tool that I had gotten from Troy to do this. Aren't these little stars are sort of cute, right? I could put them on something else because they are heat transfer. Maybe I'll save them. Hang on, I'm going to get that other tool. This is the tool that Troy sells. It's called a pin pen, and I do like to use it for these little tiny things because it just allows you to pick up several at one time. Just kind of do it at an angle, and they kind of get hooked up onto this. Then you can just take off a few at once. Okay, one is done. I'm going to continue doing this one, and I'll also do the red here. Let's see, what am I to do? I've got to look. Okay, that top piece should be red. So then the second piece right here, okay, I see. I should probably just do it just like this. Get the end started. And just begin pulling it off. And it should leave behind the parts that I need. Yep, there we go. Perfect. Just like that. So that's part of his little lens. And then there's the other lens. And then over here should be the bow for Minnie. See how easy that was? So I think there might be another little piece in here to get out. Okay, so I'm going to finish this, and I am going to go cut the flock, and I'll be back. Okay, one of the things I wanted to show you is I always use these little pads like this I have a link for them down below. They're perfect. This one's a great size for inside of a pocket. Different sizes for different objects. The long one I'm going to show in just a second is perfect for inside of a sleeve if you want text to run down a sleeve or even down a pant leg. So I have one inside of this shirt, and the reason why I'm using it is because there are seams right there, and it can affect how well the press is done. So what I do with that little pad is I put it in such a way so that the seams actually fall off the edge of the mat or of the pad, and then they do not affect the pressing of the HTV on the garment. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to press this for about 4 seconds or so, as we always do, to get the wrinkles out and to get some of the moisture out. After that, I'm going to get the first part that I'm going to put on, and it's the Mickey head. And I'm going to put that on and just kind of check and make sure that it's centered properly. I'm going to put this flock on first. And I'm going to press it on here for about 4 or 5 seconds just to get it set onto the fabric. And flock is a cold peel, so I do need to wait a little bit so it cools off before I try to peel it. After I peel that off, then I'm going to start putting on the glasses. So I've got to look and see in just a moment how these things go on here. I've told you guys often enough that I'm not very good at puzzles, and here we go again. I'm going to have to stop and look over there at the picture for a second. And while I'm doing that, of course, my Mickey flock will cool off just a bit. Okay, my flock has cooled off, so I'm able to release or take away the carrier sheet. And by the way, as far as the puzzle goes, those little glasses are kind of like egg-shaped, and I wasn't sure where the poignard part went. They weren't just ovals, so if you make this, you'll see what I mean. Anyway, I'm peeling this off, and I'm being very, very careful because it's not totally cold, and I don't want any of the little pieces to come off. Let me straighten it back out just a little bit. And now I'm ready to start putting these little glasses on here, the lenses for the glasses. And as long as the carrier sheets do not overlap any of the vinyl, I can put both pieces on at the same time. And neither of them do overlap the vinyl, so I can put both of these on at the same time. I'm going to cover the whole thing with my Teflon sheet to keep everything just safe from my heat press. Okay, I'm ready to put the Teflon sheet on now, and I'm going to press this, and I'm going to do it for the full 15 seconds at 320 degrees, and then this shirt will be completed. Okay, the little timer rang, meaning it was done, and I'm going to pull off the carrier sheet on the little lenses to reveal the beautiful glitter underneath. And oh my gosh, you guys, I am so thrilled with this. I wish you could see this in person. It is so cute the way the glitter is. It's just really, really cute. See if you can see it. You can see a little bit of glitter, right? Not easy, but oh my gosh, it is super cute. And the nice fuzziness of the flock for the ears. Very cute. Okay, it's time for the mini shirt now. The first thing I'm going to do is put in the little pad again. As I said, I use these all the time. I think they make a world of difference. Again, it's because of that seam right there. There's a bump. And if I was especially using my EasyPress and trying to get a good firm pressure, that bump might interfere with that. So I put the pad in so that's up near the top, but I make sure both of those seams fall off the edge of the pad so the seams aren't involved at all where the pressure is from either my EasyPress or this heat press that I'm using today. So it's ready. Stick it back in there. I love this type of press rather than the clamshell because I like being able to swing this thing away out of my way. So I'm pressing it for about 4 seconds to get out the wrinkles and to remove moisture. And now I'm getting out the flock piece. There was a little tiny piece from my test on there that I removed. So once I have this centered, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press it for about 4 or 5 seconds again, just like I had done with Mickey's ears. And that's just to tack it on there. It's at 320 degrees. And once I lift that up and swirl it over, I'm going to take this off very carefully. Now, I should let it cool just a little bit before I do this. So I'm going to wait just a moment because it is a cold peel and I don't want to mess up any of the little tiny pieces that are on there. So I'm just going to wait a few seconds. It's really hot. If I do it very, very carefully and slowly, I'll be able to take this off. And the reason why I only did it for 4 seconds was I'm going to put the glitter pieces on there and I'm going to press all of it for 15 seconds again at 320 degrees. Okay, that worked out perfectly, not a problem whatsoever. So now I have my glitter pieces here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut around these close enough so that I can layer them all on there at one time without having any kind of interference from the carrier sheets. In other words, I would not want a piece of that carrier sheet to be under another sheet that has glitter that I'm trying to adhere to the shirt because that would interfere. So I need to cut them very close so that I can make sure that they'll all fit and the carrier sheet will not be under any of the glitter parts. So once again, I need to get them situated and make sure there's no problem with the carrier sheets, and I noticed there was, so I'm going to get a little closer to the bow. And again, try to line everything up and make sure nothing's overlapping. It's okay if the carrier sheets overlap, but you don't want any glitter overlapping on top of a carrier sheet. I think I might have to do a little bit more trimming. And by the time I get done with all this trimming, I decided that I probably would have been better off to just doing the pieces one at a time. It probably would have been faster. But I persevered and I got them all lined up properly. And then I just pressed them all on for 15 seconds at 320 degrees. And that rascally little red lens is still giving me fits. All right, it's good to go. I'm going to put the Teflon sheet over top and press it for 15 seconds at 320.
My press isn't usually so wiggly. I just have it on a table that has wheels so I can roll it over to be in front of the camera. But again, I'm doing this for 20 seconds. And once it's done, I'll peel off everything and it'll be good to go. I've got to get these in the mail for my grandbabies so that they'll have them in time for the 4th. They live across the country from me. Okay, let's see. I'm going to peel it off. And you guys, this glitter is gorgeous. Y'all have to try this. Get some glitter. It's so pretty. See if you can see the shine. You can see the shine on the bow, I think, right? But every part of that is glittery except for the nice fuzzy ears that are flock. Those turned out super, super cute. All right. Thank you for joining me. If you like my videos, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe and share them. Also, go to our Patreon page for $1. You can join us over there, and once a month you'll get a secret video and a secret challenge and also a PDF that you can print out if you want to.
Or if you want to learn more about using Silhouette software for your Silhouette machine or your Cricut machine, yes, you can use this for your Cricut machine. Join us over there at patreon.com/PattyAnn, and for $5 a month, you get 5 classes. Every Saturday we do a live class, no chit-chat, just get in there and learn for an hour. We do chit-chat beforehand, and you're welcome to chit-chat after. But once class starts at 10 a.m., that's it. We're all business. We are learning. And the other thing is, I do record these. So if you're not able to join live on Saturday mornings, 10 Eastern time, you can watch it later or watch it as often as you'd like. So again, thanks so much for joining me. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.